you know Denis, and I think you have looked at him for years. When was the first time when this match was even in the talks? Was it 2008?
Oh my God.
Or even before?
No, I think it was after 2008. Yeah. Well, oh, that's a long time ago. So I remember around that time period, there was Engen was running the rankings, right? John was number one. So he was the big target. And, I managed to secure that match with them. I got the victory. And I remember Denis was still kind of green. Like Denis in 2008 he wasn't his best. Like he was still, like, as an arm wrestler, pretty raw. I remember there was that crazy match where he kind of first popped on the scene, where he's pulling Pushkar left-handed and he's just looking at him. And it's like, what is this? Like,
not who, but what?
Where did this thing come from? And it's like, okay, this is a different level of species right here. But I remember, I think it was very shortly afterwards. Like, I think it was maybe even weeks, maybe it was a month, but John went to Zloty and John beat Denis at that point, I think, in the overalls. I think it was 2008. Mm-hmm. I think it was I don't know when Nemiroff was, if it was October, because I think that I beat John in September, and I think it was like, whether it's October, maybe it was even November. But so he beat him shortly after I beat John. So I was like, okay, maybe he's not quite. But all the talk started happening, because shortly after that, I think 2009, 2010, Denis got everything together, and Denis was really good, right? So Denis was basically cleaning up everybody at the Nemiroffs and everything over in Europe. There was a bunch of proposals, never worked. I had surgery. I went down to 225. The match kind of fell off. But there was a good, strong period, probably from about 2009 till 2012, where we were actively trying to get that match to happen. And they kind of wanted me to go to Nemiroff. They kind of wanted me to show up at the tournament, and I wanted to do a one-on-one. And I didn't really want to go to Nemiroff, and they didn't really want to do a one-on-one. So it never happened. And then 2018, I got it written in my contract, I can pull Denis at any point, anytime. They insisted on a left-handed match, and I was just like, okay, whatever. Yeah, let's do it. And I tried to sub in last second after, to get in right-handed. That was declined. I think I'm going to beat him, Ray. I don't know. It's going to be close. It's going to be hard. He's not Hermes. He's not. Denis is something very special. He's probably the most mesomorphic human that I know, that I've seen. I don't think there is a more mesomorphic expressed human being on the planet. I've never seen him. I've seen a lot of people in strongman and powerlifting and arm wrestling. I've never seen a guy with a bone structure like Denis. I've never seen it. I've never seen the finger thickness. I've never seen the overall thickness of skeleton in any sport.
He is very, very different and very special, in my opinion. And I think I don't see that like Denis isn't the fastest one, right? And I think this match will be literally both of you opened up and trying to take each other's hands. I think that's how I see it, right? And because he been arm wrestling similarly like you, but if I have to like pick a technique, right? You are working with your pronator, and he is more reliant on his hand and bicep. So he kind of gives up his pronator. Now he's doing better, but only when he's on A side. On the B side, you can see him doing this. But then I have seen him like later, he pulls the same guy and he kind of warms up, and then he can have it. His endurance is pretty good, especially in those positions, right? Do you see it the same way? Do you see it close to being double kings? Because there's a good chance there's going to be double kings.
100%. 100%. He's definitely, his predominant style in training seems to be open top.
Yeah.
Open top, and then he does kind of a weird kind of press. It's not what I would call a traditional press. It's kind of like he does this kind of weird kind of thing that's, I would say it's a press, but it doesn't look traditional. But yeah, he's open topping. I'm like, I mean, I don't even want to say that I'm an open top roller right now, but I certainly do like the move. I can see us both going there. 100%. 100%. Yeah. I think there's a very high likelihood we both find ourselves, but that move won't win it. It's going to be who can stand up, who can transition, who can regrip. Yeah.
Because it's, for me, it's very hard to see you going inside with him, right? He's so rigid, and he's like, I think he protects very good even when he's open, right? He kind of lays down on his side. Yeah. So he's always like this, right? Even here. So as soon as you go inside, you are on his inside.
Probably.
But also, I see for him to be very hard to top roll you, because you have long lever. So that, like, this is the match I'm seeing. This is the match I'm seeing, and then I'm seeing whoever will pull more of this. Yeah,
I think so. Very high likelihood, especially round one, that we're both kind of fiddling around up top.
Yes. Yeah.
He's strong.
Yeah.
He's very strong.
I think he's strong. The cup will be good. Yeah, I feel like you are at your strongest, and like the match with Hermes impressed me a lot. Like, you were not supposed to win that one. You came in lighter. You were like, kind of all week. You were looking different than you usually do, and I was like, this is kind of weird. But then you took away, as soon as that strap is applied, it's game over, right? And that was did something surprise you about that match, or did you think, like, I know we talked with Matt about holes in Hermes' game, and you exposed them pretty well, right?
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. I thought if I was going to win, it was going to be real sloppy, real ugly. I wasn't anticipating it to be like that, but there were whispers, going into the match, that Hermes has problems with tall top rollers. There were. And all the guys I talked to who had beat him, they were like, yeah, this is how you do it. And, the thing is with Hermes, I'm going to say that I do believe that Hermes does have a wrist issue. I do think he does. I mean, we saw it, right?